Hello everyone and welcome to episode 19 of the TW9 Dragon Gate save here on the channel, as we have our Open the Brave Gate tour, and of course will mean the Open the Brave Gate round robin tournament. 10 of the best that we have that are under the age of 25. Well, I guess 25 and under, I guess I should say, instead of being under 25. That just sounds like it's 24 and under. But this is, oh man, this tour, it's a great showcase for the young talent. But now, even though it's only our second one, this one's going to be quite special. As, of course, our double champion, Masato Yoshino, going into this, looking to win it all. We shall see if he will, in fact, complete that goal. Obviously, a major bullseye will be on his back, because not only are you going to potentially beat the Open the Brave Gate champion, but now you got another prize, and the biggest prize in Dragon Gate at stake. So that is massive. We, as far as, have added one extra show, because last year we had it to where basically the round robin part, because of how the tournament was going to play out, we were going to able to have basically the final night just be the end of the round robin and not do like a finals. This time we're actually going to do what it's traditionally done, the 9 shows. Everybody faces each other, then the two people that are at the top face off on the final show, as our standings here, as our bracket is as followed. As BB Hulk making his, as far as, of course, last year, what he debuted, I want to say it was around this time. Well, I want to say it was February. Might have been March. Oh, yep, it was. So, yeah, March, as far as 17th. So, a full year in, making it as a youngster. We'll see how he does. Jack Evans back again in this, and he, of course, is, him and the Amazing Red are two gaijins for this. And really perfect that those two are making this Open the Brave Gate, because these two, the way they could fly around and do some crazy shit, should be a lot of fun. Katsuhiko Nakajima, the man who was out for a year, is back, and he's looking to make a big splash in his, he hasn't lost yet in his return. Or not, as I say that, he just did lose. Rather, he just lost, of course, to Dragon Kid, which that was on the first show, yeah. So, came back and lost there, but of course he was a part of now, M2K, being a part of M2K. So as far as, we'll see how he does in his new group. Koto Ibushi is our next participant, who, of course, another one that is just incredible to have him at his young age. I believe he's still only a year into the business, which is crazy, because again, yeah, that 23. Obviously, an Open Triangle Gate champion as well, being a part of Do Fixer. But did he debut? I was about to say he debuted in August. He was on basically the Open Gate show. He's on the pre-show. Hard to believe. Hard to believe he will be officially. He's had one full year, and then he'll have another full year potentially. But my goodness, what a young talent that, of course, has all the skill set to be great. Masato Yoshino, the champion of champions, really, and this man, he's got revenge in his heart, though. He's looking to beat Naruki Doi. He's looking to win this whole thing. Obviously, everybody's gunning for him, and he's got to be on his P's and Q's, because he can't have an off night. There's too much at stake to have an off night. It could cost you a future title match that you have to defend your belt, and it's, yeah, obviously all eyes will be on him. Naruki Doi, of course, the man who won this last year, but with the difference of now being, you gotta win, potentially be at least in the top 2, and then win in the final match. A little added extra obstacle for him, obviously. We'll see if he can go back to back, though, and shockingly, yeah, I mean, if he beats Masato Yoshino again, that would be quite impressive. But we shall see. Shingo Takagi, our next member, of course, a part of Blood Generation, him and Masato Yoshino. Maybe he can beat his Blood Generation brethren, and the man, of course, has all the gold, but that would be quite impressive if he does. We'll see how he does, as far as maybe he'll be kind of playing the role of the sheriff for Masato Yoshino, who's making sure you guys are maybe a little bit banged up, a little bit hurt, even though he might suffer defeat. He might try to make sure those guys are a little bit banged up for Yoshihino. We'll see, though. Taichi, part, of course, of the Collection of Perfection. Him and BB Hulk, of course, are a part of that. We'll see how he does. As far as he's a dark horse in this one, I think. I think he's got the same type of, maybe not the same skill level as Yoshihino and Doi, but I think he's there. You know, him, Ibushi, Jack Evans, Amazing Red, of course. Taiji Shimori, too, another guy to watch out for. Last year, of course, he had some pretty big upsets. We'll see if he can pull off another one here this year. And then Amazing Red, who has been phenomenal for us. I don't know why I backed out of that, because I wanted to look at the last year's tournament, because he was not a part of that. Neither was Jack Evans. Of course, Hayata Junior Fujita is leaving us. Kagatora was a part of last year's, but he's gone. Or not gone, he's just not in it. Yoshitone's gone. That's who I was looking at when I said that. But, of course, with Masato Yoshino back, Shingo back, Ishimori back, there's a lot of fun guys returning, and some new guys coming into the flock, and this is going to be a hell of a tournament, as we're all pre-booked, ready to go. I do want to say this, though, before we get into it. There is a thing, you'll probably see the news article about it, maybe. So I just wanted to bring it up. So, Ryo Saito, he was working DDT yesterday, and he got hurt. Now, he not only got hurt, broke his neck. Now, that's the third broken neck for the company in a year, basically. Give or take, a couple of months here or there. That's crazy. And I wanted to look, because I did, and I looked, I already went through it, but the injury for the broken neck, I was like, alright, what's going on here? It was at, as far as frequent, which is crazy. Because obviously, that is not a frequent injury by any means. I don't know if that was just an oversight or what, but immediately changed that. So now, sure, it's kind of fucked up because Saito, obviously, with that change, we also just removed his injury in general because of that, because it was like, alright, so if it was frequent, then obviously he was more susceptible to get it, and just the easiest way of going about it was just to remove it, and now we fixed that, so hopefully we won't be seeing a lot more broken necks, because, yeah, 3 in a calendar year for one company is nuts. Because, I mean, you look at the history of wrestling, not only just, I mean, the past, you could say 26 years, could count on damn near one hand. Maybe not damn near one hand, but because there's obviously Kurt, his broken neck situation. His neck was already broken going into the business, but he broke it multiple times throughout his run. So that one's kind of obviously a different thing going on. But there has been guys that have obviously had neck problems. I will say that, but it's not frequent. I'll say that. It's especially when you look at kind of the whole landscape of it all. Frequent would be kind of crazy, but glad we changed that. I think that's for the better. But as far as again too, you'll have guys like Hiromu. Obviously, he broke his neck in a freak accident. Mainly, that's kind of the biggest thing. Is just kind of freak accident things happening to cause it. Obviously, Big E with the overhead suplex landing on his head, shit like that, where it's just a crazy thing that can happen. But to me, that's not really. Even though there's probably, if you look at the just some of the big names, obviously, go back to like Bruno, and then Chono and Austin, and you go through all that. I know Regal's broke his neck, at least his head, neck problems. I believe he's broke it twice. Benoit broke it. I'm trying to think. Edge has had neck problems, of course. Maybe I want to say Rhino had neck problems. I could be wrong on that. Sabu getting dumped on his head. Trying to, Bagwell. He had his neck problems. So I mean, it sounds like it's a lot, but you also have to look at the kind of the grand scheme of things and look at the whole entire totality of wrestling and think, man, there's only let's just say a one in like let's maybe one in like 150,000 wrestlers gets a broken neck. So that's just out of like a mathematical kind of equation of things to try and look at it like that. That's not really frequent, but it's as far as again, I feel like I'm on the right side of things. But if you guys feel like it's wrong, we'll switch it back and I'll make sure he's gone for a while. But for right now, we just sent him on vacation for a month, so at least he's still gonna be away. That way, it's still some time away. So maybe it's like he got a stinger instead and not a broken neck. But enough of that. Let's get into it. As our first day, we are rocking and rolling to get this thing off with a bang. Hopefully, a bang. As let's see this Saki or the Sakai rather Ohama gym. Oh, that's 800 people. That will work. I mean, I guess we could go 700 or 750 if you really wanted to, but I'm cool with 800. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. So we'll just go ahead. Let's. Oh, it's already currently scheduled, so I guess we could have just hit the best option, but that's all right. Yep, and backstage, the pre-show rather, safety, basic and safety training. They're all and this Tai Chi pulled a great rib on everyone. Great stuff. Then Kenta Dimoka was brought for Wrestler's Court, accused of failing to pick up his share of the tab on the rental car. I'm sure one of the refs was like, hey, get your shit together. So Machizuki found him guilty and sentenced him to pay the full cost and reimburse his travel partners. There we go. Pretty good night of locker room shenanigans, all things considered. So, for our kind of big opening thing is TV kind of segment with Katsuya Ichikawa running down the block, talking about everybody that's involved and showing clips of each guy. About 3 minutes. Pretty straightforward stuff, but it's just foreshadowing what's going to happen throughout the tournament. Now, our first day, we do have a bit of also news to talk about as far as the product. Yes, we have changed it. I was about to say, there it is. We've went from, of course, what was Torimon really known for in Luchares Osaka. Now we're just Luchares. Reason why that is, and why we changed that. Two major things. One, this has changed. Let's just. Oh, no, we can't do that. I was wanting to look and see if we can search, but we can't. But yeah, all right. So it's all fucked up. As far as to be able to look at it, we can't look at it here. But basically, from what I remember, at least, the last one was at 10, and of course, this was different as far as. Oh, there it is. Instead of obviously a technical masterclass, it was comedy match. But now it's changed to that. Everything else is pretty much the same. I don't think there's any other major changes, but oh, this is a little different. The TV show was 80-20 and events are 90-10. It used to just kind of be, I think the events was 80-20 and this might have been 7-30, but now that's different. So we'll see how that plays out. So that's why this match is taking place. Little undercard match to open up the tour. As we didn't even. Oh, yeah, we did. I was going to say we didn't pick a winner, but yeah, Milano's going to get the win here. Should be actually a pretty good little match, all things considered. Our first match of the tournament, I think we're going to have an upset on the first match. Katsuya Nakajima is going to beat Jack Evans. Massive stuff. He's going to debut the vertical spike. At least that's the plan. Gonna get the win there, dump Jack on his head, let Jack take a cool bump, and get on our way. Give him 2 points, and let him see what else he can do as far as in the future. Now, the rest of the card, man, I mean, this card's gonna be a lot of fun. It sucks that Shingo is still not the level that I wished he'd be, but they had a match, of course, at the Open, the Brave Gate, which got a 50 the very first night. So a year later, Ibushi's gonna beat him, so avenging that loss. We'll see how that plays out. So it'll be 2 points for Ibushi. Then we're gonna go with BB Hawk and Ricky Doi, which Doi's gonna win in 8 minutes. A little bit on the quicker side of things. Then we're going to the co-main and main. Co-main's going to be Red and Tai Chi, which this will be the Steal the Show match. And Amazing Red's going to beat Tai Chi. Of course, first time meeting here since obviously Red wasn't a part of the tournament last year. And then our main event, the champion versus Taiji Shimori. And how about that? It's going to be a draw. Really wanted to follow up him having such a grueling cage match and wanted him to kind of feel the effects of this, maybe the pressure getting into him, and Ishimori just not going away. Not going away. Putting up a hell of a fight. I will say of course, earlier in the year, actually, this is his first. Wow, it's his first match. So he has not done anything since the 31st. So he's been really preparing for this, just physically coming in at a pretty great shape, and that's why with the draw. Which, yeah, Yoshino's a little unhappy about that. That makes sense. Wow, we went with an hour, and that's clearly not going to be enough. So we'll have to edit that. It looks like it's going to be an hour and a half. That works for us, but we should be good here. A couple of guys are being used too much. The opening match was way too much. That's kind of wild. And then Ishimori and Amazing Red, which is crazy because Amazing Red's incredible. I guess he's just not over enough, but that will change, I'm sure. But what a first night. Lined up and ready to go. Yeah, the run down the block. I mean, it wasn't great. But Ichikawa is looking stale. He's the fucking announcer. I didn't think it mattered. We probably should have looked to see what Shima was agenting the main. Should probably look at that at least. Oh, he is. Man, he's gonna get, if the experience gets there, though, he'll be just fine. It ain't there yet. The rest of the card, it could be him. That's okay with us. Yeah, 53, not a bad little opening matchup of the tour. Milano gets the win with the AT lock over Nuki Tanasaki. Which, yeah, I mean, this being a technical match class, kind of crazy. Jinky Oraguchi was so good. So shout out him. He's the goddamn man. Just out here killing shit. With the tag team specialist bonus, that helped him out too. Obviously, he was off his game, but he's still clearly the best guy in the match. I thought about having Kudo beat Tanasaki, but we just went with Milano instead. And yeah, the upset. Katsuhiko Nakajima, vertical spike on Jack Evans. Letting him really showcase what he can do by taking such a crazy bump and really showing Nakajima as this young killer that could beat the fuck out of people. So it kind of gets everything across. Boy, oh boy, these two are not over enough still. That's crazy. But Kota Ibushi wins with Golden Star Press. They have pretty good chemistry, though, so I'm glad that worked out. At least there. Hopefully we get it back on track. Yeah, we pretty much do. I mean, BB Hawk, again, for a guy, he's a little older for someone that's getting a fresh, full year in the business, but it's really paid off for him. He's done really well in his first year. Gets the defeat, though, to Naruki Doi. Obviously very good, and the Bakatari sliding kick gets it done for Naruki Doi. That gets a 54, 55 for the Amazing Red. The quick roll up here. I kind of wanted Tai Chi to start teasing a little bit that last ride bomb that obviously he does. Or not, basically the Kawada bomb with the kind of the last ride kind of theatrics and added to it and whatnot. It's, I think it'd be a great little roll up for Red to maybe turn into like a Yoshi Tonic or even a backslide. That was just kind of what I was thinking. Do the backslide with him flipping over to have his body be on top of Tai Chi to get the 1, 2, 3. It's a fun finish, at least in my head. The crowd, at least, thought it was great. And Masato Yoshino drawing with Taiji Shimori. Yeah, I mean, Ishimori, he still is not ready by any means, obviously without rating, but this is to really put over the tale of these two. One guy just had a grueling month, cage match, big time main event, had a physical December as well, obviously going on to winning the King of Gate. Doesn't lose, but just he can't put him away, and it's a bit of a back and forth there towards the end where Ishimori knows that the fatigue might be creeping in, and the as far as what he's been going through, his body's kind of maybe not up to snuff for this, so it's a bit of a wake up call for Yoshino that he's not going to just run right through this tournament. These guys are ready. They're going to be on their A game, and I think it's a great way to put that all over. My goodness, though, as this went downhill with how much in the red that all went. Yeah, I forget which company it was, but they upgraded all their shit. We might do that. I don't know. Again, we just have to accept that we just don't have the finances really. So we're not even at 500,000 in the green. It's just we're kind of at the mercy of what we have to deal with and just kind of what we have roster wise and money wise. But not a bad opening show. I mean, listen, main event delivered, so that's all I could have asked for. And now on to day 2 of the Open the Brave Gate tournament. Alrighty, day 2, as we have we're going to be back in Kansai, so we're just running a smaller venue. That way we kind of get the most bang for our buck here. Our main event will be that Jack Evans-Masato Yoshino match. That match is going to rule. I gotta remember what I have as the Tactical Masterclass matchup. It might be Shingo and Taishimori. It is. And Shingo is going to beat Ishimori. That's a huge upset for him, and that's a big 2 points for him as well. Then we'll go Taichi and Katsuhiko Nakajima, which Taichi will get his win here. Nakajima, he had the big upset on the last show, but now he's kind of hit back down to reality a little bit. BB Hulk and Amazing Red, fun match. This should actually be a decent little matchup. Amazing Red's going to get the win as well, so 2 points for him. Then Kota Ibushi and Naruki Doi will be the co-main event, and what a win for Kota Ibushi. He's going to beat Naruki Doi here. Going to be the Steal the Show matchup, and afterwards, in a bit of a passing of the torch a little bit, and maybe not passing of the torch, more of just putting him over as a potential new top guy and a guy that to watch out for, shaking his hand, raising his arm in victory, as very, very, as far as he was a better man tonight, and he puts him over, and in not no hard feelings type of way. Masato Yoshino beating Jack Evans here, so a little win for him after having the draw. So we could either cut some time out of some of the matches or just make it a 2-hour show, which I think that's just what we'll do. Or at least maybe not a 2-hour show. I don't know why I went to this page. There we go. Maybe an hour and a half. That'd make more sense. There we go. So 79 minutes. I mean, we could add just 1 minute to something. And that way... Oh, yeah, this is... Glad I looked at me like, oh, yeah, that's got to get changed. Maybe add 1 minute to this. We're good. I think we're not going to be penalized either for the show, so that's going to be nice. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Oof, never mind. This does not go well. Not enough overness. Dragged in the middle. So, not a lack of flow there. Brutal. But the pumping bomber for Shingo. He gets it done. And, yeah, the crowd did not love that. Did not love that. Tai Chi and Katsuhiko Nakajima, though, have a great chemistry here as far as Tai Chi was off his game. Or he's actually really off his game, so is Kind of close, actually, between them and Nakajima, but he gets the win with the backdrop of perfection in 10:34, getting the win and beating him there. Wow, as not enough overness here between the two. That's kind of crazy. Amazing Red though with a 57. He's the one with the code red over BB Hawk. Yep, should have been way better. I mean, the wrestling was a 47. Crowd just not into it because they're not over, but we'll take it. And a hell of an upset here for Kota Ibushi getting the win with the Gold Star Press over Naruki Doi. Obviously, Doi clearly outperforming him, but trying to elevate somebody. And man, that's a hell of a way to do it. Having him get the win here. Again, in this format of the Open the Brave Gate, title, he let the guys go full tilt. Let them really, really get after it. And it shows. Shows with that performance in the handshake as well. In our main event, a 63, Masato Yoshino gets the win with the Sol Naciente in 1820 over Jack Evans. Great win over Jack Evans. And it was close, though, 53-60 on the performances. Not a bad main event. Obviously, it's going to get knocked because of the production and whatnot. Wow, that's crazy, though. A 63 main and a 58 co-main. Well, the angle. And I got a 31, so maybe that's why I kind of went in the middle. But yeah, again, it's a tour show, so it's not the end of the world. But it's been brutal to see the show get knocked as bad as it does. But another show where just nobody gets hurt. That's the big thing from this tournament is as long as nobody gets hurt, especially like somebody like Masato Yoshino, who's the double champ, and yeah, that would be extremely bad. But the first 2 days in the book, on to day 3, we go. All right, so Machizuki's came back to us backstage with an idea for a creative finish, so hopefully that goes over well. And looks like Ibushi, Nakajima, Yujiro, Shingo, BB Hawk, Jay Briscoe, Mark Briscoe, Jack Evans, Roddy, and Alex Shelley. So Jit Next and the Briscoes. Those people showing up for the basic and safety training stuff before the show. Kudo, which speaking of Kudo, even though he's being so nice and cheerful to be around, it's probably because he's going to be leaving us for Pro Wrestling Noah, because another fucking guy that no one wants to sign. And again, the contract, I just don't think it's worth it. $5,400 a month plus a $4,000 signing bonus. I mean, it keeps getting harder and harder to keep people, but it is what it is. Luckily, I think again, just Noah, they're not gonna have the money to keep this up. Like it's just been crazy, absolutely crazy. Oh, but yeah, we don't have to inspire anybody since we got that good to go. So a recap is going to open up the show, a TV segment recap video of basically recapping what happened. But also, we're going to see a promo from Daniel Mishima. And it's just going to be Mishima because we sent, obviously, Iwasa, we sent him on vacation to try and get him squared away because his morale was a bit in the shitter. But for this, as far as promo, talking about what's next for them. As far as for Mishima, he says it that he's not, it's you can't have them team. The Florida Express, they can't. It's just not going to be right. He is going to miss his brother in arms. He's going to, take a long, long look at what he wants to do in Dragon Gate. If he's going to leave, take his ball, go home, type of scenario with how not being able to be a member of Florida Express. But he's going to spend some time in America, and that's basically what he's saying, is that he'll be in America living it up, maybe for potentially the final time. While, the tour takes place here. So it leaves it open-ended in a way where, yeah, that's fine. But so that TV segment, the death of the Florida Express, recapping what happened, of course, on the Primal Gate show. how the finish happened and all that fun jazz there. So our technical masterclass matchup. That's gonna open up the show. It might be this. It is. It is Naruki Doi and Shingo. And Shingo just won in his technical masterclass matchup in his last outing, but Doi's gonna beat him here this time around. Then we're gonna go with Nakajima and BB Hulk. With BB Hulk beating Katsuhiko Nakajima. That's a huge win, actually. Shout out him. And yeah, we'll just swap that. Perfect. Then we'll go with Jack Evans and Taiji Shimori, which Jack finally gets a win. That's his first win of the tournament, actually. That's massive. Then we go to Amazing Red and Kota Ibushi, which is a hell of a match, and the Amazing Red beats Kota Ibushi, so he stops his run. And in a fun main event, Masato Yoshino and Tai Chi. Yoshino beats him here. And that will be another 2 points for him. Still hasn't lost yet, but he has the one draw. I think we're going to be looking pretty good here. I think it's going to be a pretty good show. We'll see if it gets knocked for anything as far as, popularity and whatnot, but it should be fine. How we doing here as far as, just Shingo being used too much? Just want to double check, make sure. Okay, that Shima's not agenting these two matches. He's not. Perfect. All right. Oh, let's see. Machizuki's creative finish. Very risky, so that's tough. It is tough. But yeah, all these are not going to expire for a while anyways, so... but yeah, we're good to go. Let's run the show. Oof. He still couldn't cut a promo, even with it being a fucking pre-tape. Brutal. Brutal. This was his time to really show off what he could do. And yeah, obviously he'll be having a new look, new attitude, whole new man, essentially there. Naruki Doi getting the win with the Bakatori sliding kick in 16-19. Of course, given that a lot of times, hence it being a technical masterclass matchup. Yeah, that's a good performance from Doi. Shingo's getting better. I think the technical masterclass kind of suits him a little bit. Boy, this match, they don't click. I'm kind of surprised they even got a 25, to be honest. That's pretty generous, honestly, for how awful that kind of went. But BB Hawk with the moonsault in 9 minutes. In that one, yeah, lack of psychology here. Plus, Shima's the age of a check, and Taiji Shimori just flipping their way all about this match. And Jack gets the win, though, with the corkscrew moonsault. I'm sure gets a huge pop from the crowd on that affair. Then the Amazing Red in Kota Ibushi getting crazy. They don't have the pop for this, but Code Red for the Amazing Red, getting it done in 13:09. Hell of a win. Outperformed Ibushi as well, and yeah, beats 1/3 of the Triangle Gate champs. Obviously, him and the SATs are a hell of a trio. Could very well be seeing that in the future for the Open the Triangle Gate Championship. Masato Yoshino beating Tai Chi in our main event. The Lightning Spiral gets it done in a 63 here. Main event got hotter. And all around, this is perfect for what we needed. Another 51. That must just be where the cap is for how bad our broadcasting and shit is. I think it's mainly because we just jumped up to medium too, so now it's even worse. Because we're now like the same, as far as company size. So it's probably hurting us even more. But again, we're just hanging in there. We're just basically taking the net profit of ticket sales and calling it a day. Pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. But another show in the books. And again, nobody got injured. All things considered, could have been worse. That's crazy. Waltman's taking this leg drop here from Yokozuna, because this is when Sean was just a toothpick of a human being. That takes some balls to be sitting there and taking the leg drop, but Yoko's a great worker. I'm sure. Obviously it sucked, but he didn't get, injured. It hurt, for sure, but he didn't get injured. Again, we're just kind of hovering above that 400,000 mark. We're in the red right now, but we still haven't had our big show, and that's really going to be our saving grace. But right now, it's been pretty brutal. Again, we're spending... Some of these contracts were crazy. Like, again, if we had to do it over again, Kakatora probably wouldn't have gotten this deal. Neither would have Iwasa. Yeah, it's brutal. Maybe not even Ishimori, honestly. I mean, Ishimori's kind of been the shit, to be honest. But yeah, we keep it going. And on to, oh, Shogo still has issues. Interesting. So does Mishima now. What's going on there? Oh, angry at, oh, that was at in 2005. That's crazy that he still has issues. So he's still been trying to give him time off. He's got a broken ankle right now. Probably would have, brought that up too with his TV promo talking about, having to heal up because he's still going to be out for a good bit with that. Yeah, 51 days actually. That's not too bad. Yeah, but yeah, on to day 4. We go. All right, day 4. We have before we get to the show, we do have a locker room incident as Shingo's brought for Wrestler's Court, accused of failing to pick up his share of the tab at the bar as the judge, Masaki Machizuki, sends in to buy drinks for everyone after the show. Small pause been back for Shingo, good shit, and yes, the basic safety training drills again. Pretty much everybody that was there last time. Oh, Bushi's got a creative idea for us, a creative finish. Q. Oh yeah, we'll skip that. Alright, so as far as what we're gonna see here is, of course, Hayata Jr. Fujita will be losing in the opening matchup here. This is mainly just to not only advance and build up to the Machizuki Shima match, but also to have Hayata Jr. Fujita lose on the way out yet again. And after the match, bell rings. Kagetora still beating the piss out of Hayata Jr. Fujita to really rub it in that this motherfucker is out of here. For our main event, that's a good question on what that's going to be, because honestly, Jack in his performances is always really. I mean, this match probably should be it, to be honest. It's a steal the show match too. Tai Chi's gonna beat him. That it's gonna be tough because Jack should win. Yeah, both guys really need a win there. If that was tough, someone's got to win, But yeah, that'll be the main. The co-main will be this though: Masato Yoshino getting the win over BB Hulk. Obviously, BB Hulk not in the same level as our champion, of course. Kota Ibushi and Katsuhiko Nakajima. Fun match here, obviously. It's just Nakajima's not ready. Ibushi's getting there, though, and he gets the win here off of that. But a very fun match, nonetheless. It might get knocked a little bit because of overness, but we're giving him a good bit of time. We're giving him 13 minutes. Yeah, then Doi and Ishimori. This honestly should maybe be a little higher, especially with Ishimori getting the upset win. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, Ishimori did beat Yoshihino last year, so he is a guy that's prone to two upsets as far as he's a guy that you can't overlook. Maybe we'll have that co-main. We'll kind of meet it in the middle there. And Shingo and Amazing Red, which a very fun match here, especially the way Red could bump for him. Shingo could pumping bomber him out of his shoes basically, but Amazing Red will get the win, mainly because he's going to be so much better than him. We're not going to be penalized either, so that's going to be great. I don't know why I keep on hitting the wrong tab. There we go. Now we're 30. Yeah, we're good on here. I just want to double check and make sure Shima's not exiting that main event. He is not. Perfect. Yeah, we should be good to go here. Yeah, 47 for the opener. Oh, we didn't give it enough time. Doi, as I didn't even realize that. But Shima and Machizuki, they get the win nonetheless. Yeah, I mean, they had a Junior Fujita with a 37. Not great. I have been seeing what he's been doing in Noah, and he's been getting like mid-50s, which that style kind of fits him more than this style does anyways. But yeah, sucks that he's leaving, but we got a long list of people that have left us, unfortunately. Kagetora beating up Hayata Jr. Fujita after the bell rings, after he pins him to add salt into the wound. The Red Eye from Amazing Red over Shingo. Crazy again that he's not over enough, but this match, Could have ruled, honestly, especially with Red in almost in the 60s. Then Ibushi with the Golden Star Bomb over Katsuhika Nakajima. Nakajima's getting better. It's getting better, so that's a good sign. Obviously, with that year off of having a broken neck, not a breaking neck, a broken neck, he's gonna have some time to recover and get back into the swing of things. Besides Yoshino, with the Lightning Spiral over BB Hulk, getting the win there in 2 points, of course. A 54 here as well. Shimo's the agent for the Go main, but that's okay. Ishimori gets the upset win with the Hurricane Rana in just about 17 minutes. It's kind of close, but still obviously an upset. And it got the crowd hotter, though, for our main event. And, yeah, it delivers a 67. Jack Evans with the loss, unfortunately for him. That's crazy. I thought for sure we had it to where Taichi was, wow, yeah, I don't know why I read that as Jack Evans winning on the road agent notes. That's hilarious. Well, yeah, that's a great win for Taichi. That's a hell of an upset. Gets to win the grand prize, dude. Good shit. Good shit. 54. That's actually not too bad. It's so far that's been the best show that we've done. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to fix this. I realized New Japan probably wasn't medium, but I didn't realize they actually are. I figured All Japan was, and that's why we were losing out on all this. But now they both are. So yeah, we're getting fucked both ends of the spectrum on that one. And Noah is actually still putting in time and upgrading their shit too. So there's another one that's gonna be having better shit than us. So yeah, just great stuff. Great stuff there. But we're putting together a pretty good tour, all things considered. We're showcasing the young talent. They're getting over. Especially with how talented some of these guys are. Yeah, Amazing Red, he's been a great addition. Same thing with Jack. He's been great. Oh, the Big Show cracked his tailbone. It's a big ass tailbone. And yeah, now as far as we'll go into day 5 or night 5, depending on how you see it. I guess depending on when you watch it. But it's we're gonna look at the standings after day 6. 6 nights of action. That way we can kind of see what's it's going to look like going into the final 3 days of the tour. So yeah, on to day 5 we go. All right, day 5. We don't have any backstage incidents, so well, I mean we do have the one, but it was Kinsuke, and you all know what happens there. As far as our angle for the show, it is just little BTS of footage of Machizuki going to Ring of Honor, getting getting there, getting on the flight and making it a whole kind of spiel to being like, man, this little kickstart little indie is in America is bringing guys over there, yeah, now, and that's really the big thing we wanted to highlight. We also sent Kinsuke over, but we didn't want to showcase that since obviously Kinsuke he's doing his taking his leave of absence after with him dyeing his hair or whatnot. That way it will be a fresh kind of feeling when he comes back. But yeah, that's as far as like getting there and showing off some of the match. Maybe not like showing off some of the match. Maybe like a clip of like kind of the documentary crew, if you will. The Dragon Gate crew that's documenting Machizuki going over there, showing a bit of the match, and I guess we'll make it 3 minutes instead of 2 that way, because we have a lot of shit to kind of show. But yeah, that's the TV segment. Main event though, is this, and in fact, Kota Ibushi does in fact beat Masato Yoshino. Crazy. Crazy to think. It's wild that he lost to Shadow Phoenix in Big Japan. Wild, first of all. But yeah, obviously, has that loss. When's his last singles loss, I wonder? Well, just go ahead and just make it Dragon Gate. That way, it's easier for us. Because it's probably been a while. Yeah, the Machizuki match. That was in August. First guy to beat him in a singles match since then. Huge. Absolutely huge. One might say a star-making performance tonight for Kota Ibushi. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. He's going to beat him clean in the middle. So I like that idea as well, but we are going to keep him strong at least, because I think that's fair. Alright, he's still pissed. Fuck you. No, you're not gonna be kept strong. So I mean, star-making performance for that man. Obviously, that will be an upset, but again, that is massive, absolutely massive. Taichi's gonna beat Taiji Shimori here. That's pretty straightforward. Naruki Doi and Amazing Red's going to be the co-main, though. This is a hell of a show. This is definitely going to be the best show of the tournament, as 18 minutes this match will go, and Naruki Doi's going to beat him. So that's a big win for Doi. There we go. Jack Evans and BB Hulk can be the second match, with Jack obviously going to get the win there. Then Nakajima and Shingo's going to open it up, which that's probably going to get docked a lot because of, as far as, and Shima's going to be the agent. And, man, oh man. You know, Kota Ibushi, Masato Yoshino. Obviously, we want somebody that's not Shima agenting that match. And we probably want the same thing for Doi and Amazing Red. Yeah. Of course, he was agenting that. He can agent the footage as well. Oh, he is already. Perfect. He's going to get a lot of experience tonight, then. Good shit. Good shit. Is it because, yeah, a couple of guys being slightly overused, one being used too far? Which is crazy. Again, Red is awesome. He's just got to get over, and this is going to help him, though, being in this tournament. Even if he falls short. We already changed the time, too, to 2.5 hours, since we didn't have anything locker room-wise, so we were able to just get right down to it. We're in Chubu for this event as well. Good shit. Oh, yeah, Machizuki. Getting a 42 for that. For the footage of preparing, talking about the opportunity and all that fun jazz, but really being pretty much a shoot. You know, we're not really letting him like work an angle or anything. It's pretty much just a shoot of that. Pumping bomber though for Shingo Takagi over Katsuki Nakajima. Nakajima did outperform him, but yeah, this stunk. Stuff. They're young though. You know, we'll let them. That's growing pains. There we go. Jack Evans bringing us back, getting the corkscrew moonsault, winning 10:37. 51 for Taiji Shimori and Taichi, as Taichi wins with the grand prize. He does, in fact, outperform him, so the right guy won there. 59 for the co-main, Naruki Doi and the Amazing Red. Pretty close match, though. Naruki Doi with the Bakatori sliding kick, getting the win there with a 59. And our main event, a 61. Crazy. Yeah, I mean, obviously Kota Ibushi not even in the 50s yet, but this is going to be a win to remember. Obviously, he's going to get an Open the Brave Gate title matchup no matter what happens in the tournament, but my goodness, what a win. What a win. Was it overlooking him? Was it the body finally wearing down after having such a grueling schedule? Could be. Could be. And it was on Valentine's Day, so how about that? So that was fun to do, but yeah, day 5 in the books. Yeah, again, we're just pocketing the cash. Good shit. As on to day 6. Yeah, obviously, after we run through day 6, we'll take a look at the standings to see where everything's at. But so far, so good. Again, no injuries, so that's all we can ask for. As our backstage incident for day 6 here, at least the first one that we see, is Taichi lifting the locker room when he organized and won a video game tournament. Yeah, the pre-show safety and training drills. Got that out of the way. Good shit. Let's just go ahead and go back here to know, because we know it's going to be an hour 30 show. As our match and angle, we'll just go ahead and have that first. Shingo Takagi taking on Masato Yoshino. Now, it's going 6 minutes, but literally the first 5 is reminiscent of Takamichi Doku and Taichi's Best Super Juniors, where they literally paced around the ring for like 5 minutes. And then Shingo finally kind of gets into a shoving match, and then they start kind of going full tilt for like maybe 30 seconds or so, and then Yoshino, a lightning spiral kind of out of nowhere deal. So I think what we'll do is we'll go with a flash pin for that. That way it just kind of looks quick and out of the blue. It's not going to look as impressive doing that, but that's fine. And then we have a promo after the match. He in Masato Yoshino, as far as he is talking about what happened with him and Ibushi, which will have him be off screen for this as well, since he's going to name drop him, saying that, he's going to go through Ibushi in due time, but he's focused on Naruki Doi. And he vows that he's going to beat him on the next show, because that's when they're going to be facing off against each other, and that he is focused, he's locked in, he's ready for anything. A lot of it might be maybe Shingo and Masato Yoshino kind of talked about making sure that he's fresh and 100% for that match. So there's a little bit of maybe conspiracy going on there. Amazing Red and Taichi Ishimori. This is a very fun match, though, here, as the Amazing Red's going to beat Ishimori. So that's a huge win for him. Then we'll have BB Hulk and Tai Chi. So, yeah, we have Blood Generation members facing off against each other, and the Collection of Perfection, two members facing off against each other. Tai Chi's going to beat BB Hulk here, but this one's a little bit more of an actual match and not so much of a shenanigans affair that we're going to see out of that first match. And Naruki Doi, Katsuhiko Nakajima, the Technical Masterclass matchup, which Nakajima's going to win. I want this to follow probably this match, actually. That way it follows it up with, maybe not right after Doi, that way it would be like, well, Doi would probably be backstage waiting or something along those lines when he gets back there. So that way, yeah, that it just protects him. Kota Ibushi and Jack Evans, though, is the main event. And what a main event, though. I mean, this is a very fun match. Jack's going to beat him. Don't think they've had a singles match against each other. So, yeah, first time meeting there. And getting a massive win is Jack in that one, as we are good to go. But we will talk about the standings. BB Hulk's still going to be at 2 points. Jack Evans is going to jump back up to 6 points. Nakajima staying at 2. Ibushi's going to stay at 8, which is very, very impressive. Yoshino's now going to take the lead back from Kota Ibushi, but with Ibushi having that tiebreaker win, that's going to be massive. Naruki Doi's back up to 8. Shingo obviously staying at 4. Tai Chi's at 8 as well. And Amazing Red is, no, I'm thinking about it. Oh, yeah, he's actually up to, oh wow, that's crazy. Yeah, he's up to 10. He's actually in the lead. Never mind. Yeah, it's Red and then Yoshihino. And then Doi and Kota Ibushi. That's crazy. Yeah, that's a hell of a get, but my goodness. My goodness. Yes. As far as especially that win for Jack Evans, that really has shifted. I mean, obviously with Amazing Red and Taichi, that's a perfect match. Like they are perfect for each other. Maybe as far as like who would be the base, but just letting those two guys just kind of go full tilt, we could definitely do. We could have also kept the time almost. Actually, never mind. Yeah, it's at 69 minutes. So it's fine wherever it's at. Actually, how are we doing? Yeah, but just Nakajima. That's it. Just want to make sure. Yep, Shima's not agenting these two matches. Yep, he's not. Perfect. He can agent this one. Perfect. I think it's got to be like in the 60s is when he can finally not be such a goddamn liability with his experience. Because man, the psychology's there. All right, so he's got the first 3 segments. That'll work. We're not gonna get penalized either. Perfect. We're at the Kashima Gymnasium in Tokuda. Yeah, as far as that Providence prefecture in Japan, at least in TW9. Yeah, and they also don't click. That's why I wanted this also to kind of have that type of style of a match. Somehow got the show off to a strong start. Yoshino gets the win, but the roll up, again, that was kind of like an out of nowhere lightning spiral, but you get the gist of it. Boy, Yoshino, not great with the promo. He's got revenge in his heart, though, for Naruki Doi. Revenge for last year, and he is going to beat him. He's vowed it. So we'll see if he can keep that promise on our next show. Tai Chi beating BB Hulk with the grand prize. Pretty close, actually, for a guy that's obviously still so young in his career for BB Hulk. Nurkidoi beating Katsuhiko Nakajima. Boy, Nakajima not even in the 30s here. That's tough. Is it just the physical condition, inexperience, inconsistency? Yeah, these guys have been working pretty hard. I will say that. A lot of these guys are going to start to feel it, especially for someone like an Amazing Red who is working a lot, obviously working TNA in here, but the Red Star Press from the Amazing Red in 12 minutes. Gets it done, beats Ishimori. Yeah, he's fatigued, yeah. Dealing with a lot. Dealing with a lot, but gets it done. Our main event, though, my goodness, Jack Evans and Kota Ibushi. Corkscrew moonsault from Jack Evans again, just a phenomenal finish to see, and yeah, good shit. Good fucking shit, and just sucks again, has to be taken down so much. But the co-main event was a 42, so I can't really hold it against him too much. But yeah, as far as financial report again, oh, we didn't get all of 10,000 because we actually had to pay. The show cost was actually a little bit more than I thought it would be. That's tough. As yeah, now in the home stretch, days 7, 8, and 9 left. We'll take a look at the standings after day 8 to see what it will look like going into the final show date. And yeah, then we'll be on to the final show. We'll see how the. Oh, wow. Masao Kobashi still trading the GHC Heavyweight title in the year 2006 is kind of crazy, but also at the same time, this is his first reign since obviously the iconic one, and it also starts the same way, beating Masawa, so that's cool. But yeah, on to day. About to day 7. Oh yeah, this day 7. Day 7 we go. Alrighty, day 7. We don't have any backstage incidents, so we can get right into the show. Let's talk about the main event. This is massive, and boy, oh boy, do shenanigans happen. First, we see Kagator and Shima trying to make it a 3-on-1. Out comes Machizuki, pulls down, Shima as far as they attack and get into a huge row. We also will be seeing. I was hoping that we could get Nakajima out here fighting with them. I think we'll probably do that. We'll just say he's at ringside. I guess that would be the best way of going about it. So I don't think. I could swear there's like a cameo running spot, but I don't think that's the case. Yes, I don't see it. Yeah, there's just distractions at ringside. I guess we'll have him be a distraction that way. It works out. Katsuhiko Nakajima. Also, let's say we could. No, we can't use any of these creative finishes, anyways. But basically, after all the shit hits the fan and it's the closing minutes, not even the closing minutes, closing seconds of the match, because of course 20-minute time limit for these Open the Brave Gate tournament matches. Now, Naruki Doi gets his Bakadori sliding kick in, and he does in fact beat him. He has overcome the odds, and he gets it done, and it's just a recap video is what this is. While we, as far as in out the show with that, let's have Nakajima. So that's why it's like 2 minutes. A pre-taped, which is, it's kind of weird to call it a pre-taped because it is just, but that's the only way you can do it. Like this type of recap angle. At least I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Because there's foreshadowing, but there's no recap as far as for the content type. Uh, but yeah, it's is what it is, and it'll work for us. But just highlighting and recapping the interference and the, because that's kind of more for the TV audience more than anything. Obviously, not recapping for the show. They just saw it. They don't need a video playing. Nakajima's Amazing Red will add that just to add it now, get it out of the way. Amazing Red's gonna beat him though. Then BB Hulk and Taiji Ishimori, and Ishimori's gonna get it done. This is a technical masterclass, so we'll see how that plays out. And then Kota Ibushi and Tai Chi, and yeah, Tai Chi getting a win. Massive stuff. I mean, Ibushi, of course, he's been tremendous, but Tai Chi now, of course, again, to remind everybody, he will jump up to 10 points with that win. And, I mean, and Amazing Red's going to jump up to 12. It's getting pretty crazy. And Doi is going to pass over Masato Yoshino. That win, too. Yeah, I think that's the right call. I think Tai Chi's going to outperform him. We'll see, though. And then Jack Evans and Shingo, they, of course, wrestled in that four-way at the 5th Year Festival show in Ring of Honor at the fucking Hammerstein ballroom. That was the New York show, is what that was for the 5th Year Festival. I think that's the first show of the tour, because they go there. Then I think they go to Chicago, or they go to Chicago, because Dayton's the 3rd Year Festival. I could have swore they maybe go somewhere else, but pretty sure it's New York, Chicago, then they go to England, do a show in England. Then I think they do the finale, which is also in England. So it's like 4 shows, but nonetheless, Shingo gets this upset win. This is massive, of course. He's gonna pumping bomber him out of his fucking sneakers. Very fun finish, but yeah, he ain't gonna love this. We're not gonna keep him strong either. I mean, we can try, but Jack's probably gonna complain about it still. Oh, he doesn't. Well, good on Jack Evans. About to say that will be the co-main. We'll put Jack and Shingo here, just because I think that match is gonna go over pretty well. Yeah, I mean Nakajima and Amazing Red. I kind of like the idea of starting the match off, or starting the show off rather, with an upset. I like it. I think it's a good idea. Then you go into the BB Hawk Ishimori match. Then Nakajima and Red. Ibushi and Taichi get this back, and then we're ready for the main event. Yeah, Vikinsuke can do that angle, and I'll do the match. Yep. Bushi and Red. Yep, let that be Hokuto. And, yeah, Shima can do this match. He can also do this one. There we go. But yeah, we changed the time already, so that's good. But good here as well. Alright. Now we're good to go. Let's run it. 51, that actually did better than I thought it would. A hell of a win, of course, for Shingo, the pumping bomber. Lays his ass out with it. We, sell out crowd, 600 people at the Nagasaki Western Museum. They got a little spot for us to put up our ring and whatnot, and draw a bit of a crowd. Taiji Ishimori beating BB Hawk with the Superstar Elbow. Yeah, they're not over enough. Plus, of course, Shima being the agent. Heard it. This also as well, in the same category. Amazing Red gets the win with the red eye. They were both off their game. Of course, Amazing Red, I mean, his schedule's been so crazy, and it's just, he's been needing a break. But he's almost at the end. He's just got 2 more shows. And potentially the final show if he's on it, but who knows? Oh my lord. They don't click. I might have. No, I think that's the first time they've had a match. Because I remember the Shima, or not the Shima, the Masato Yoshino Shingo match. I already knew they had bad chemistry. I don't think this one I knew, though. Not entirely sure. But Masato Yoshino losing here in the final seconds. It probably would be around 1950 on the time. Like, it'd be that close with all the shit that's going on. But very fun finish. It's kind of close. I mean, Yoshino was off his game, so that's why. Yeah, I mean, that's a hell of a match, though. Masato Yoshino having a great outing. Losing again, though, but, what a fucking shit show that turned into. Then the recap of what happened. Gets a 30. Not too bad. First show below a 50, though, for the night. Or for the tour. The main event delivered, but just having to do so many angles and so many things less than 40. It was going to add up, but I got out of there relatively unscathed. Again, we're getting a good bit from broadcast revenue and ticket sales, so that's great. Merch is covering the marketing, and obviously broadcast revenue is covering the show costs, so we're just basically losing a bit of the ticket sales, and then the rest of, obviously, the broadcasting revenue, but again, as long as we keep on making money, Devin, just locked in. Yeah, then this is when they were doing the American tour, because you can see obviously Taguchi at Apollo 55, and hopefully Rosie beat his fucking ass. Oh man, probably the wrong guy to want to be bonding with. Oh, maybe he could. Maybe he could change history. Who knows? I think by this point, though, he's pretty. I would say he's probably a lost cause. New Japan still. Oh my god, they keep on signing Brock and Goldberg for like tour deals. Oh man, Ray Gordy's going to New Japan. That's pretty cool. Oh my god, that got Bobby Lashley too. They're locked in right now. I'll say that the Pride. I was hoping it'd be just be Brock, Lashley, and Goldberg as a group. Man, oh man. Oh, new champion. Oh my, it's Kurt. The sixth time. Holy shit. Yeah, that No Way Out. Was that the same one where it was that the Taker Angle one, or was that '07? I thought it was '06. Let's see what this one. Oh wow, that's a fun four-way actually. Oh my god, Taker and Bob Holly go to a DQ. I would have. Oh, was that? No, I think that was 2005. Might have been. Yeah, I think it was '05. Might have been '06 though. The JBL Big Show cage match that was called a barbed wire cage, even though it didn't really get used. Oh, Shelton win. And there's not some bad stuff. It's kind of weird that Kane is on this SmackDown show. Booker T and Mark Henry in a tables match. Rob Conway definitely is not small enough to be a cruiserweight. That's crazy. And even WWE's cruiserweight standards. That's wild. God, Bubba getting a backstage segment. Oh, thank you. Bob Holly and Undertaker. Oh man, going to DQ in a co-main event is pretty brutal. Doug Williams is also. Did we have him shortlisted? We don't right now. That's crazy. He's already a 12-year vet by this point. All right, so we've done enough of looking around at the world. Oh my god, Hoovy and Batista. I just now saw this. I need Batista to beat the fuck out of Hoovy. Holy shit, just throw him out of the locker room into the street. That's how I imagine that would go. But yeah, on to day 8 we go. Alrighty, day 8, we have Jack Evans coming back to us in the backstage area. And he has brought an idea for an angle idea. Maybe that'll work out. And Kota Ibushi again with another creative finish. Everyone's just being such a creative little fucker tonight by the looks of it. As, yeah, TV promo from Naruki Doi and Machizuki. This is basically, again, going to be aired basically post-show is kind of the idea. Maybe not, as far as... We might open up the show with it, basically to have a TV promo for what happened with the Doi and Machizuki, or not the Doi, Machizuki, the Doi and Masada Yoshino matchup. So yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Oh, let's adjust this to an hour 30 while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, we'll open up the show with that. So yeah, this is with basically what happened after the show yesterday, or not yesterday, but day 7. So our opening match, probably Nakajima and Taiji Shimori. Which Nakajima, getting his second win, he's gonna drop Taiji Shimori with a vertical spike, I'm assuming, in that one. Then Shingo and Tai Chi. Tai Chi wins again. That might get changed, because now Tai Chi would have 12 points. I mean, is that a terrible idea? But I feel like that's a lot. I feel like that's a lot, but he's lost twice. He's lost to Masato Yoshino and the Amazing Red. So he's losing out on those two tiebreakers. Fuck it. Keep it. Keep it for now. Because it's not like. Yeah, I mean, I think that's for the best, anyways. BB Hulk and Kota Ibushi can go next. What an upset here for BB Hulk. Beats a guy that has beaten the fucking double champion. Huge moment for him. Getting it done there, and that is just massive. That pretty much eliminates Kota Ibushi from any type of finals contention, really, I would say. That is a major, major loss. Co-main event, Yurkidor and Jack Evans. Yeah, this one I don't know about, because Jack, this would be his 8th win, but Doi would be still at 10. Yeah, I think that's the right call, actually, especially after having such a grueling match with Yoshihino. And speaking of course, he is in the main event. Which I did not pick a finish for when I made this, because I was like, man, this is really going to be a big time match. But obviously, Yoshihino needs this win, and he's going to get this win as well. This is a really good show, actually. I'm very, very pleased by this. Let's say, do we have a technical masterclass match, actually? Because I don't think we do. Yeah. It's probably going to be this match, I'm assuming. Because, yeah, obviously Nakajima can do that style. I'm kind of more, yeah, Ishimori can too. Alright. We'll give them a little bit more time, obviously, now. Make it 16 minutes, and yeah, 80 minutes of show. Not bad at all. Let's run the show. Yeah, the interview did not go well. Machizuki and Doi struggled with the promo. Plus, Shimo's the agent, which, that reminds me. Yep, of course he was. Give that to Hokuto, and we'll let him. Okay, that's good. That'll work. Basically, just, letting them, that, TV promo was them getting interviewed, and Machizuki hyping up his match with Shima, and how, the major implications of that to potentially get his title shot rematch sooner rather than later, if he does in fact beat Shima. Taiji Shimori and Katsuhiko Nakajima, yeah, gets a 28 here. Both men are off their game, but Nakajima gets the one with the vertical spiking Ishimori. And when him getting wins like he is, has been great to see. Shingo almost outperformed him. Maybe not almost. It was a 10-point difference, but Taichi gets the one with the grand prize in 947. A big win there for Taichi. And then BB Hulk. Yes, we did not talk about this as far as how he's going to win this match. It was not going to be by a clean way of winning. It was going to be with a foreign object or getting his feet on the ropes. I probably went with feet on the ropes, but they went with the foreign object instead. I'm not sure exactly what, a gimmick he would use. So that's why I would want to go with, because it's not like he has like a gimmick, like he doesn't have like a cane or something, or even something, like, the taped up brass knucks. That was definitely, it's kind of crazy. That's not really a thing anymore. It's more of a thing of the 90s, but, I mean, it was close. It was close. It was a 6-point difference. So, believable upset for sure. Plus, they have great chemistry, so that's awesome. Good to know for the future. 57s across the board here for Jack Evans and Naruki Doi. Jack gets the one with the corkscrew moonsault in 18 minutes. We gave those guys a lot of time, too. And it paid off. In the main event, gets a 64. And how about that? Amazing Red outperformed him. That is quite impressive. But the Lightning Spiral gets it done in 12 minutes. Hell of a match. Those people, at the Sarabetsu Home Hall, those 531 people got a hell of a show. It's not going to look like it, but that main and co-main delivered, and to me, that's the big thing that matters for us. 53, though, unfortunate, but again, just trying to stay profitable. It's not looking too good right now. I feel like we're losing some money, some more money than what we usually do, but I guess it could be worse. And yeah, and I would say this is, I don't know what, trying to think what Rumble this would be. I thought that was Shane McMahon when he was Shane Stevens as the ref, but I don't think that was him, but it kind of looked like him. Oh my god. Yeah, Ming is the AAA chief enforcer now. That is terrifying. But yeah, now we're on to our final day before we get to the actual final day itself. As far as the standings, the Amazing Red and Tai Chi are tied for first with 12 points each. He does have Naruki Doi left, does Tai Chi, and the Amazing Red has Jack Evans left. Two big matches. We also, obviously, Masato Yoshino, he's got Nakajima left. Naruki Doi, as far as he has a chance to get a rematch with Masato Yoshino, and it'd be a rematch of the finals if Amazing Red loses to not only his matchup with Jack Evans, but if Tai Chi loses as well to Naruki Doi, and that's, I mean, he controls his own destiny for the most part, I would say. It really comes down to Amazing Red too, but and obviously if Masato Yoshino loses to Katsuhiko Nakajima, but overall, been some big wins for sure. I think Ishimori having one of the lowest amount of points has been kind of crazy, but at the same time, it's kind of been justified. There's been times where he's been clearly the worst performer. Not bad, not a bad tournament though. I think just again, we just got fucked by having to be in the same ballpark now as New Japan and All Japan. But on to day 9 we go. We'll see how the tournament wraps up. Alrighty, so I wanted to kind of make sure nothing got spoiled. So we just went right into it here. As far as the video package for this final day, it opens up with just a recap of the tournament. To as far as maybe somebody has not been keeping up with the TV product of all the tour highlights and whatnot. So we're showing off a bit of what's been going on, some of the highlights throughout the just in a 3-minute span. As far as boy tonight, of course, it all comes down to so many people. Naruki Doi is trying to get back into the finals yet again and go back to back. Yoshihino looking to go back to the finals, but this time win the whole damn thing. Tai Chi's got a chance at making it to the finals. We will be seeing, as far as just Amazing Red, he's got a chance to make it to the finals. He'd be the first, obviously, foreigner to make it to the finals. So much on the line here. Going to be an interesting one to see how it all plays out. First match, though, is BB Hawk and Shingo. And BB Hawk gets to with the moonsault in 7 minutes. It actually does better than I thought it would. I actually thought it was going to be in the 20s. But Shingo outperformed him, so shout out Shingo. He's getting better. Getting better, finally. Slowly but surely. And our do fixer match here, Kota Ibushi and Taiji Shimori. Another match that I'm kind of shocked, honestly, was going to not enough as far as overness here, but figured, well, if they're not going to be over enough, we'll put it lower on the card. And it was the Tactical Masterclass matchup, and Kota Ibushi gets it done. My goodness, what a run he's had in this tournament. Of course, beating the champion as the major highlight, but he's really proven to be a major player, I think, with this tournament run. Masato Yoshino beats Katsuhiko Nakajima, so he has done his part. We'll see how the rest of the night plays out. And Jack Evans beats the Amazing Red. Obviously, these two we knew was not going to have great chemistry, unfortunately, for us. Because Jack in Red, that's a fun-ass match. But still a 59 with the negative chemistry. Not bad. And it got the crowd buzzing, so it did its job as the seal of the show match. Which means our main event is Naruki Doi and Tai Chi, and Doi does in fact beat him with the Bakatori sliding kick. which will, of course, mean that our finals, it's a rematch between Naruki Doi and Masato Yoshino. This one, though, very different implications compared to where we were last year with this. So there we go, we're still making about 12 grand a show. Good shit. As it was to crown a champion, and it was the quest for perfection for Masato Yoshino. Now, he, well, of course, lost to Ibushi. He lost, of course, to Naruki Doi. He's got a chance at revenge this time around. Now, he did vow that he was going to beat Naruki Doi. Maybe, at the time it was all about, well, it's probably going to be about, obviously, the upcoming, match that was happening on the next show. Maybe he's talking about the grand scheme of things. But yeah, the standings officially were as followed. A lot of ties there for 12. But Doi, of course, he lost to Ibushi, he lost to Jack, and he lost to Taiji Shimori. And all those people, unfortunately, do not also have 12 points like Taichi and the Amazing Red did. So losing out on the potential finals was the Amazing Red and Taichi, but what a fun finish. I mean, to think we had 6 of the 10 guys finish with double digits shows you how kind of back and forth it all was. Honestly, not a bad run for a lot of guys. BB Hawk, I felt like improved it a lot. Shingo's improved. This is exactly what this tournament is all about, to give these young guys a chance to improve, and I think they delivered. Now, for the final show, it's as followed. Of course, the finals, Masato Yoshino, Naruki Doi. He finished with more points, like he did last time, but now it's a little different. It's bragging rights, it's a chance of revenge, it's a chance to at least still claim to be the best in the 25 and under bracket. Very fun match there, of course, between those two. That's always a good one. But this match here in a co-main event that could be a main event anywhere else in the world, Shima and Machizuki. These two battling out to see who will face Yoshihino. First, will it be Machizuki or will it be Shima? Will it be Blood Generation versus Blood Generation, or Machizuki get his revenge and rematch at the Rainbow Gate? We will see there. Now, this Open the Brave Gate 4v4 matchup. This is literally everybody that was in the bracket and in the tournament that obviously is not in the finals. So on one side, you're going to have Taichi and BB Hawk teaming. But they're teaming up with Shingo, Takagi, and Jack Evans. They're taking on Kota Ibushi, Taiji Shimori, and they're teaming up with the Amazing Red. As now I don't know why I'm blanking on the last guy now for some reason. The man that escapes me, which it is Nakajima. Duh. So that is that side of the matchup. Very, very interesting match, of course, because there is a lot of moving parts and a lot of different pieces. A lot of guys teaming up for the first time. A lot of guys that have to now team that have, faced off against each other throughout the month. Going to be a wild one. Going to be a wild one. Shingo Orguchi and Ryo Saito taking on Milano Collection AT and Zero. A little follow-up of what happened from the first day, where we saw Milano and Kudo facing off against Horiguchi. Oh, no, it was Dragon Kid, rather. It was Dragon Kid and Uki Tanasaki. Actually, let me double check that, because I'm pretty sure that's what that was, but it's now been so long that, oh, okay, yeah. It was Horiguchi and Tanasaki, yeah, so almost. Almost, but yes. So a return match here. Of course, Horiguchi and Saito are a great fucking team. Milano Collection 18-0, though. That could be an interesting matchup, and that's going to be a fun match. Alex Shelley and Roddy Strong of Jin Next taking on the Briscoe brothers. Of course, if this is happening, stateside, and if the Briscoes, for some reason, I just can't believe how bad the Briscoes are in this save, but a match that would be awesome, but it will not be here for us, unfortunately. But the two Gaijin teams are going to be battling out in the undercard in the opening match. Dragon Kid Ryuki Tanasaki taking on Kudo in Yujiro. Basically splitting up what could have been an 8-man match into 2 tag matches. That way we have a full card. Obviously the story for those 2 matches being, of course, the Collection of Perfection versus Do Fixer. I like it. I think it's going to flow together pretty well. I think this card should be a banger, especially with the co-main and main. It just sucks again that we have to deal with the negative of not having good enough shit production wise, because it's gonna cost so much to try and upgrade that. Oh, that's not what we wanted. It would be in the production part, because yeah, we're already spending so much money on production. It would cost us 15,000 a month plus 10,000 per show. We don't have that type of money, that alone. But we'd have to upgrade all of these. It's just not gonna happen, man. It's just brutal. The in-house stuff too. I mean, it's $10,000 a month, but there's no per night fee, so that's great. Same thing for the in-house quality for the broadcast stuff. Not having a per show fee is great for us because of our style and us doing obviously tour shows. Just brutal. Absolutely brutal. But yes, that is the Open the Brave Gate show. We'll catch you guys there for it. Alrighty, so we start off the show with an announcement as Katsuya Ichikawa reports that at his request, Masato Yoshino requesting that the finals will be for his Open the Brave Gate Championship. My goodness. As Yoshihino, he wants to prove he's the best, and to prove that he's the best, he's willing, and he's so confident. Maybe even, maybe he's got of course he's got a big ego with how he's going on. He feels like he's untouchable, and this might cost him everything. He might lose well, maybe not everything, since obviously he's the Open the Dreamgate champion, but this should be interesting. That is for sure. We should have scripted it out for Katsuya Ichikawa, but that's okay. So yeah, the main event in a sold out 8,000 seat gymnasium here in Osaka. My goodness. This is hopefully going to be a hell of a show with the amount of people we got in here. Opening matchup, Collection of Perfection do in fact lose to the Do Fixer team as the Dragon Rana gets it done for Kudo. Obviously with Kudo leaving, just made sense to have him lose. But Dragon Kid, almost back in the 60s, so he's back to almost 100% by the looks of it. Of course, he's had basically the whole month off, so that's been great for him. Our next match, though, and yeah, had a feeling this might happen. It was the Technical Masterclass, and also these guys were not going to be over enough, but it actually worked out pretty well for the Briscoes. Obviously, with them having the Tag Team Specialist bonus and the excellent chemistry, that helped them match out tremendously. But in the end, Jin next get the win. Roddy gets the win with the Death by Roderick in 16 minutes. Next matchup, a 64. Wow, I figured it was going to be good. Didn't think it'd be this good. As the Collection of Perfection team do in fact beat, as far as Mara Isapa, as of course, the Jinki Origuchi Ryo Saito team. A crazy match here. Milano was the worst guy in the match, but Zero gets it done by beating Ryo Saito with a Phoenix Splash. Now, the big thing is, as Horiguchi is on the apron waiting for the tag, he gets attacked, gets pulled down and lariated out of his damn near his boots. And it's a black hair, back to traditional look Kensuke Sasaki. He has not forgotten, of course, that man almost balded. Well, I guess that's probably not the right term. Made Akira Ogata bald. As, man, I just want him to lariat the piss out of him. And it's obviously going to distract Saito because it's going to sound like a bomb just went off. Of looking to see what happened, and he sees Kensuke there. And this is not fun loving Florida Express Kensuke. This is like Kensuke, as far as, Pro Wrestling Noah heavyweight, All Japan heavyweight, New Japan heavyweight. This is a bad motherfucker. And we wanted to have that shift in tone, especially with his return with this type of performance. With that distraction, it calls Zero to hit the countdown to 0, then into the Phoenix Splash, just for good measure. But a fun match, though, for, as far as the return of Kensuke. I got a 64 too, so that's good stuff. 58 here for the 8-man, and yeah, it was going to be a poor match, but listen, here's what happens here. As you can see, there's so much shit going on. There are a lot of turns in this one. So, basically, Shingo, he doesn't accidentally strike BB Hawk. BB Hawk does the blind tag. And Shingo, though, is not a fan. Off the ropes he goes, bumping bomber to BB Hawk, as BB Hawk's trying to get something cooking with Kota Ibushi. Of course, Ibushi, he lost to BB Hawk. So as far as Hawk was trying to prove again that he is a hell of a talent. But when this happens, Taichi and Jack, even Jack, gets involved in this, and it turns into a 2-on-1. Kota Ibushi, making sure, and not only Kota Ibushi, but Nakajima, Amazing Red, and Taichi, Taiji Shimori, they take out, obviously, Taichi and Shingo and Jack Evans. So now it's just Ibushi and BB Hawk in the ring, Golden Star Bomb, 1, 2, 3. An absolute clusterfuck, and that's exactly what we call, the creative finish was a success, though, with all the shit that's going on. That's what we call this angle, the clusterfuck, because it is a brawl all over the arena between these 8 men to prove again that this was not going to work out. These 8 men just went through hell for a month. It's only right, but a fun way to kind of conclude. I feel like they opened the Brave Gate tournament. Yeah, it was a risky idea. I just wanted to use it to see if it was going to work. It did not work, of course, as it was a failure. Our co-main event, though, my goodness, Mochizuki and Shima. The Saiku high kick gets it done. I wanted him to do this as far as, Shima's trying to hit a Meteora. Mochizuki, he turns into it, but he's able to have the wherewithal and the know-how of hitting that high kick as he's in the air. Hell of a finish, of course. But, just a major win. And Mochizuki back in the win column. And not only that, he gets his next title match at our next show. Needed better commentary for it, though. But that's a hell of a co-main event. Hard match to follow. Will they be able to do it? They fucking do. Masato Yoshino does, in fact, win. Gets the win with the lightning spiral. Beats him. Wins the tournament. And he makes a successful defense. My goodness, he called the shot. And he got it done. He wanted to win this whole damn thing. He does so. He beats Naruki Doi, and he gets the title match out of the way with Naruki Doi. So now he's just got, obviously, Kota Ibushi left. But, of course, his main focus now is looking to defend the Dreamgate Championship for the first time against Mochizuki. Yeah. Main and co-main delivers. That's all we hope for with these shows. If we can give them a big main event and a big co-main event, the rest will follow suit. We increased our popularity again, even with the show appearing worse. Great shit, man. Very, very proud of our guys. They had a hell of a tour, especially for Yoshihino and for Naruki Doi, working their fucking ass off. And trying to think who else could get some love here. Because, you get guys like Jack Evans were great. Amazing Red had done really well. Uh, honestly, Kota Ibushi, man, he took a big leap. Took a very big leap, so put him over. And, of course, 2 men that made it to the finals. Holy shit. We made so much money from that show. Good God almighty. And we increased the popularity in a couple of places, so that's good. We're almost, 59 for Jigoku, and now for Tohoku, and of course Kanto and Chubu, but Kansai still at 59. But once we get into the 60s, oh boy, we'll really be cooking there. Oh, it is. I didn't realize we were gonna have a media scrum. I should have just skipped that because now it's gonna. So Kazuma Sakamoto. He, yeah, I mean, he probably be most known for being a part of FCW, then becoming Lord Tensai's kind of like, I guess, handler. So we'll just go ahead and oh, as if he doesn't, yeah, he's a huge problem. He has to address it because obviously he's leaving. Huge success. It definitely was. Yeah, we work hard on trying to keep it happy. Personally, I can't stand it. No, obviously. Oh wow, that'd be crazy for Shima to just be like, yeah, I'll work for Kaiji Budo, but then we'll put it over. Yes, a guy we're gonna be bringing in, Prince Nana. I think everyone kind of probably assumes what we're gonna do there. We are making an embassy, and I think it's gonna be pretty cool. To be honest, I think we got the perfect guys for it. I wouldn't say we're just gonna say we're gonna play it by ear. Yeah, Jose Maximo, big guy. Oh boy, Shogo the guy, he was pissed at it. My goodness, explosion though, in and out on. My goodness, I mean, just that is exactly the type of show we want to deliver. Great matches, guys going back and forth, and having a banger. We got a little bit carried away with the crazy ass clusterfuck 8-man, but we got it back. I think in time. Having a broken jaw. Oof, tough break there with a broken injury or with a broken jaw. As our tour and episode has come to an end, we know our main event: Machizuki versus Masato Yoshino in our main event. We made $77,000, so big dub there in the chat. As we'll be looking to keep the money flowing and the good times rolling. As we will catch you guys next time for Rainbow Gate. Take care, everyone.